Alright, you guys, so it's another Saturday morning, and as you guys all know, Saturday is the only day that I work. Here I am in front of the computer. I am currently talking to a customer right now, asking for his personal information. If you guys are wondering what information I needed to find the patient's orders, I basically just asked them to tell me their last name, first name, and date of birth, and I should be able to find them on the computer. The system that we are using in this lab is called Epic, and that's a hospital system. And so once I find the orders on Epic, I release the orders, and the orders get transferred into the laboratory software or system or program, whatever you want to call it, to our program called Soft. And then once in Soft, we print out the labels, and the labels will tell us what tubes to draw, or what like what kind of special processing we need for the samples or for the test. And yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, forever, like 45 to an hour, especially on weekdays. Yeah, weekdays. Yeah. You could have looked next door. Oh, the pavilion? The pediatric clinic. And you live not too far away from here, right? The other side of the very convenient. Yeah. Or you can come here before you go to work, Yeah. Sometimes. Because we open at 7 o'clock here. Oh, 7. Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah. Alright, my dear. You okay? Yeah. What time are you here until? Noon. Noon? Yeah, it's not so bad. Oh, they close at noon. Oh, yes. Okay, got it now. Okay.
Okay, you guys, that was a quick blood draw. Now here I am. You can see me labeling my tubes. Now I would suggest that you don't do this. Make sure that you label the tubes in front of the patients. That's what everybody will tell you, especially if you work at the hospital, because you're so busy. You always have patients that you're gonna draw one after the other. So it's always good to label your tubes in front of the patients, or right after you draw the sample. Initial, time and date, the tubes, and the paperwork, and whatever information your employee wants you to, or your employer wants you to write on the labels, and you should be good. Now on to the next patient. Hi there. What's your last name? C. He's the ordering doctor there.
Yeah.
And you're fasting?
Yes.
Alright, perfect. Go ahead and have a seat in one of our chairs. Okay, guys, look at me over here. I look super serious and super mean, but I swear I am not mean. That's just my RBF. I'm not gonna tell you what that means, because you can Google it, and I don't wanna say any bad words in this channel sometimes. But here I am working on the patient's paperwork, making sure I'm releasing all of the orders correctly. And like I said, label your tubes, label your tubes, label your tubes. Alright, I know that I am repeating myself here again, but as you can see, I'm showing you guys what information I put on each labels of the tube. I just write the date and my initials, which is Rabel, on each tube that I draw, and the date should be already printed on the label, so you don't really have to do that. That's my own preference, but if you wanted to put the date too, that is up to you. This is ready to go. Alrighty, so when you are bagging samples, make sure you check the names of the patients, because you don't want to put somebody else's blood in somebody else's bag. You know what I mean? And as you can see me here, I am checking the time to see if it's if the blood is ready to be spun, which it was. And okay, you guys, so let's pretend this hospital gown, a rolled hospital gown, is an arm. So here I am tying the tourniquet around our arm. Oops, sorry about that. As you can see, I got the tube holder over there, and I think I got the needle right there. I couldn't quite see it. So I'm feeling for some veins. There you go. And of course, you gotta clean the area first. There you go. And then, oh, sorry, you guys, that's my son. So there's a 21 gauge needle.
Mom.
Start getting ready. Now, there you go. Now, since we're using a straight needle, we have to go do the blue top first, and then the SST, and then the lavender. That's the correct order of draw for when you are using a straight needle. Now I'm done. I'm getting the gauze ready. I fold it in fours. There you go. Pull the needle out. Make sure you cap it right away. And that is why I put the tape on my left hand, so I can easily get it and put the tape on the arm. Oh, you guys, and I forgot to take the tourniquet off. Make sure you take the tourniquet off about a minute after, okay? And I think that I didn't take the tourniquet off because I wanted to show you guys how to do the draw for when you're using a butterfly. And as you can see, it's not so clear. I am showing you guys here that bevel has to be up when you're using the butterfly needle. So here you go, aiming for the vein. Oh no, we're feeling the vein first, and then we're gonna go poke. There you go. And since we're using a butterfly needle, we are gonna do the SST needle first, SST tube, and then the blue top for Pro Time, and then the lavender for either CBC, A1C, or and there you go. That's how I finish again. And we have the new butterfly needle. It's not that new, but it's one of those retractable ones. You push a button and then the needle retracts back. There you go. And so there goes the tape and the gauze again. I think I'm the only one who does that. I put the butterfly flap back into the vac container, take the tourniquet off, and you are all done. Make sure you put all your needles in to the sharps container for safety purposes. And that is it. Just put all the trash in the garbage. And that is how I personally draw blood from my patients. Thank you guys.
Okay guys, so it's about 10:38 and I have been here since 8 o'clock and I am getting hungry. And good thing I got some snacks with me. I got my coffee this morning. It's supposed to be ice, but it's no more ice because it's all melted. Brought some seaweed, but I'm going to eat this later because they tend to go in between my teeth. And that's embarrassing. Some yogurt. I don't know how this tastes like. I haven't had this, but it's the toasted marshmallow flavor. Just checking out. There's another patient. I have a banana and apple. So I'm probably gonna eat the yogurt first. Even now. And then if that's not enough, then I'll eat my banana. But I'm really wanting something salty, so I might have a piece of seaweed. And of course, seaweed. I love seaweed. All of us love seaweed. Me, Carlin, and Rizzo. But my husband's not a big fan unless it's sushi. I'm gonna go eat real quick because I have no patience. It's downtime. Today has been really nice and mellow, so let's not jinx that because usually whenever I mention something about it not being, they start coming in. So let me try this. This is Light and Fit by Dannon Original Greek Toasted Marshmallow. Ooh. It's just plain white. See on the bottom.
Alright, so it is about 11:15 now. I did not finish my yogurt. I didn't really like the flavor of it. So while I was having my snack, I was planning Rizzo's birthday because it's coming up. It's going to be in May. I know it's still a couple months away, but knowing me, I start planning now, but I actually act on it very late minute. So at least I have the list. And we're trying to keep it really minimal this time because we also have an Alaska trip coming up in June, so we gotta save money for that. It's 11:15, so I have 45 more minutes here at work. So some samples are spinning in the centrifuge right now, and it should be time for me to stock the drawers of all the tubes that I've used. I'm gonna show you guys. Alright, so it's almost time to go home, you guys. Every time I work at a clinic, I always make sure that the workstation's always stocked because there's other phlebotomists that are gonna be working the next day, and you wanna make sure that they won't run low on tubes. Because if they do, they will get annoyed, they will get mad at you, and you'll for sure hear about it. And plus, it's just common decency that you get the stuff ready for them, right? Because they do it for you, you better do it for them. So that's all I'm doing here. I didn't use too much. There's 2 draw stations in this lab. I only used one. I think the other one was used one time because the patient wanted to sit in that chair. So I'm not about to tell her, to sit on the other one. But I am just cleaning up, getting ready to go, checking the last spun samples. That clear one is a balanced tube. If you don't know how to use the centrifuge, you always have to balance it, because if it's not balanced, it's gonna start shaking all over the place and it's gonna make this awful sound, and the sample's just gonna be all kinds of messed up. And I am bagging the last batch of samples here, and I just saw the time there. It's 11:20, so I'm probably rushing at this time, but I think I had another patient at like 11:30, so let's take a look. Thing that I needed to do is to check the refrigerator temperature, which is right there, which is good. So I'm just going to fill this thing
draw sites or clinics, we do the same thing. We bag all of the samples and then we put them in a lockbox outside of the clinic, and the couriers will come pick them up. In my situation in this clinic, we don't have a lockbox because right down the hall from where I'm at right now, the main lab is there. And all I have to do after collecting all of the samples that I drew is to walk them over and tell them what needs to be refrigerated and what needs to be room temperature. And I did have another patient at 11:30, and obviously we need to clot the tubes for 30 minutes, and I don't have time to clot it. So when I dropped the samples off, I told the technician that the SSD tube needed to be spun because I didn't spin it. And yeah, so here I am. I think I was like double checking everything, and yeah, that's all you need to do. Double check everything, make sure everything is processed correctly, and here you go. I'm putting it in a bag so I can deliver it to the main lab. So now the sample block here, I have to date it, put my initials. There you go. And this one, I mean, it varies every lab. They have their own rules and protocols and how they do their own stuff. So I was told that the specimen logs will go just underneath here. And the next sheet is ready for the next cut. And over here, I have people's sign-in sheet, and I just have to put it away. Ready for the next one. All the pens.
My lab coat's all wrinkly. I was gonna wear it, but I didn't fold it nicely when I put it in the drawer, so it's gross and wrinkly, and I don't want to wear that. This one. Hello guys, so I am home now. It only took me about 6 minutes to get here, and I am just gonna get the kids lunch ready, and then we're out the door again because we have some errands to do. And as you guys know, Saturdays are my work days and family day. Like every weekend is family day. Thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy this video again, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.